my sister's house. I'm in the backyard, so if the bird chirping or any other car noises bother you, I'm so sorry in advance. I've been single for about a year now, and I'm starting to get to that point where I miss like the intimacy and being able to fully trust and be loved by someone else. After I left my last relationship, I told myself that I wanted to be single for like 2 or 3 years because I felt like it was so important to heal and experience life and just do a lot of things for me instead of always jumping into a relationship, because that's what I had done. Um, Prior to that relationship I was always ready to be in a relationship. Up until a couple weeks ago, like being in a relationship was like the last thing on my mind, but now it's not sounding so bad, and I don't know how I feel about that. There are a lot of factors that complicate dating for me. The biggest one being that I'm asexual. That's probably gonna be my next video because I really want to talk about that. But yeah, I'm asexual, and even though I'm sex positive, meaning that like I don't mind sex, I also throughout my everyday life never look at people and experience any kind of physical attraction to them. I can appreciate, when someone is aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but other than that, like I never feel that need to like, you know, claim that person, or you know what I'm trying to say. Number two is that I experienced a thing called limerence. I'll put the exact definition here for you, but it used to drive me crazy because I wouldn't understand why I would latch on to certain people, or, if anyone showed me the slightest amount of romantic interest, I would just want to grab hold of it, and I would be like obsessed with that person, and it would make me feel like, oh, maybe my self-esteem is low, or maybe I have something like a mental health issue going on. But learning more about limerence really changed the game for me, and even though I have healed and I feel really good about myself right now, I still have to be really cautious about limerence, and you can get around it by catching it in its early stages. um, but yeah, that's something that I have to be aware of as well. And then number three is I being ready to date someone means also knowing what it is that you want out of a relationship. And I'm a little bit worried that the standards that I am setting for my next partner is that they're a little bit too high. And so I have to learn, not saying that I'm going to settle because I'm not, but I have to find out for myself what that balance looks like of not settling for what I know I deserve versus, being able to give a little bit. Those three things together is a lot of work for me, and that part I am not ready for. And I think even if I met a super amazing person right now, do I have the patience and, am I in the right mindset to treat that person the way that they deserve to be treated? Am I really ready for a relationship, or do I just miss being loved, or do I just miss being cuddled? Do I just miss having companionship? I ended up asking myself, like, of all the people that I have dated up to now, did I date them really because I liked them, or did I date them because of limerence? Did I date them because in this economy it's easier to live when you have two people splitting all of the expenses? And when I asked myself those questions, I was like, damn, was that really the case? Don't get me wrong, I definitely genuinely did love those people, and I cherish them to this day. They have helped me learn a lot. Hopefully I've taught them a lot of things, so love was definitely a part of the equation. But I cannot deny that those other two factors really influenced me. Another thing that's hard too now is, man, we are really calling men out on their bullshit. And there's so many women coming forward talking about like their bad experiences with men. It's almost the thing to do now is to shit talk men. And now, granted, some of the stuff that they do, we need to talk about it and they need to be corrected and it's deserved. But on the flip side, you have to watch what's going into your mental, and this whole thing of collectively men ain't shit can be really toxic, because if I go into a relationship with that in the back of my head, what is that going to breed? It's going to breed trust issues, it's going to breed insecurities, it's going to breed, you know, just not being my favorite self in a relationship, and I don't want that. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, even though I just explained all of that, it could also just me being a perfectionist, like I talked about in my other video, and wanting the perfect relationship, and wanting to be the perfect person, and wanting to have everything figured and planned out before I take action. So, like, overthinking everything. I would really like to talk to someone who can relate, because logically, you know that you're not the only person dealing with these set of circumstances, but it can really feel like it sometimes, and it can get exhausting. And honestly, I probably just really need to go to therapy. But I'm always telling myself that I can't afford it, but it's a lie, because I'm sure if I prioritized it, I would be in therapy right now. But you know what? At the end of the day, I would rather be single for a long ass time, but still working on me and loving me and having peace at the end of my day, than end up in a relationship where I feel like I'm not growing, or, you know, I never want to settle. I've done that a lot in my life, and I refuse to do it again. So yeah, that's the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.